We are here today to dismantle a lie that has been used to steal our birthright. For too long, the world has used the word African as a blanket to smother who we really are. We must be precise. The Negro in America and the African are two completely different people with two completely different origins. One is a visitor from across the sea. The other is the original architect of this very land. Africa is a Latin word. It's a European name. It was a title the Romans gave to a small province in Tunisia after they conquered a light-skinned tribe called the Afri. That name was made a famous name by a Roman general named Scipio Africanus. It is a conqueror's title. Later, it was picked up by the Afrikaners, Dutch and German settlers, to claim a land they didn't belong to. When they call you African, they are calling you by the name of a Roman province. They are using a foreign tag to hide your identity as the one who built the mountains right here in America. You aren't named after a Roman province. You are the owner of this soil. The science of the bone proves we are different. When we look at the ancient remains found in the mountains of this island, remains that have been here for 50,000 years, they show a specific structure: high, wide cheekbones, you see, and a strong, projecting jawline, you see. This is a copper-colored architecture. Tell me I don't look like copper. It matches the people standing in this room, not the people in the Niger Delta. Our 32 teeth is architecture, and I have all 32 of my teeth. They're all in, not a cavity. All 32. Having all 32 teeth, including the wisdom teeth, and a wide, strong jaw, is the biological seal that proves we belong to this land. We didn't evolve to fit a soft foreign world. We were built to run this one. The system knew we were different, which is why they had to commit a paper genocide. In the early 1900s, they legally erased the American Indian, the copper-colored native, and reclassified him as Negro. They did this because an Indian is a landlord with a claim to the soil. An African is a guest with no claim to the mountains. They knew exactly who you were. They just changed your name on a piece of paper so they could sit in your house and call it theirs. I'm gonna tell you a little something about what I like to call the witness of Muhammad Ali. Even the people who hated us knew the difference. Think back to Muhammad Ali when he was denied a seat at a restaurant in his own hometown. A group of continental Africans walked into that same building and were served with a smile. When people asked why, the truth was spoken plainly. Let them eat. They're Africans. They're not Negro. Let that sink in. And this is true. You can pull this up on YouTube right now. Muhammad Ali, it drove him mad. And he actually sent it up, and he had every right to. But they knew. And they feared the Negro because they knew he was the original owner of this land, not Africa. They were trying to occupy our shit, and they did for a short time. But now a lot of us got to start searching our bloodline, the raw DNA, and start pushing to get our DNA checked. Got the DNA of our ancestors in those mounds and all the remains they found throughout the Americas. Because you're not going to find our ancestry in other living people, and they know this. So I have to ask you, if the Roman conquerors knew the difference, if the scientists know the difference, and if the segregationists knew the difference, why don't you? Stop looking across the water for a home that isn't yours. Look in the mirror. You are the original. You are the architect. And you are home. They know this.